We do the annual report on growth and infrastructure,
Yep.
which is your dashboard.
I know, right?
And the city has said, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So how do those two mesh?
Well, as mayor, I'd love to work with you to see can we figure out a way to settle that.
No, I think the question is, why haven't you done it? You were president of city council. Yeah.
Right now, the mayor of the city of Los Angeles, with the departments that he heads and has the power to head, is the person who exercises executive power over that. I would love that, and if we've been on parallel tracks trying to develop that, then let's start from this moment forward figuring out how we can do that.
But if that's the law, and it is the law,
Yep.
you haven't done one since 1998.
Yep.
It's required 2001.
The general
Couple
plan
of
update,
years.
yeah.
Is it not your job as a member of the city council to say to the mayor and your president of the city council, say, wait a minute, how can we add one more building, that one, or any other one?
And just to
Take
be clear,
Century City,
I'm not
okay.
adding this building, one,
Any
this building,
any
this building. So I know
building.
everybody has it.
No, but any building,
Sure.
whether you're talking
Because you
about
voted for a lot of
whether
development.
you talk
Yeah.
about the Expo line, they haven't done half of the studies that they should be doing and how that's going to impact the city traffic-wise, fire response time-wise, anything. When this infrastructure law is on the books, you as a public official, it seems to me, and all other 14 members of the city council have a responsibility to me as a person that could have a stroke and there's no ambulance to come. You have a responsibility to enforce this law before you build a gas station, before you build anything.
Okay.
And we haven't been able to get an answer from anybody about this.
Well, I can tell you, we can talk about history, we can talk about what I'll do as mayor. I mean, those are both fair questions. If you say, why hasn't this been done, I can't correct anything in the past, but I'll tell you what I've focused on in my own district, which is to make sure that infrastructure is addressed. For me, it's not just the plan, it's actually saving someone's life. We're having the parks and green space. We're making sure that there are schools in an area. And please, I know, just stick with me for a second to let you know, so I can diagnose where we were 11 years ago, and then let me just paint a picture. In my own district, where I have the most power to do something, I came in there and couldn't agree with you more. That was the problem. We had 50% of the children going to school outside their own neighborhoods because we hadn't built schools. Instead, it was cheaper someplace far away, and freeways didn't have any traffic, stick them on a bus and do that. We didn't build any parks because everybody had a backyard. It was LA. We took the Olmsted Brothers plan for a great park plan like New York had, and we shelved it away because everybody had that. It was okay when public transit fell apart because this whole road system worked at one point, and the freeways were a quick way to get around. Suddenly, I'm looking at 2001, Council District 13, in which we had 13 parks for 250,000 people. 50% of the kids not going to school in their own neighborhood if they wanted to. A place where there was very little transit links, etc. 11 years later, what I've focused on for that stuff is the building of 2 police stations. I've focused on the building of a number of new libraries. We've taken those 13 parks, and I just opened my 38th park. We're going to have more than 40. Half the parks that were built in the city were built in a single council district of 15, because absolutely the focus was on, I'm not wanting to see things moving forward if we don't have parks for those people to play in, if we don't have libraries for them to go to, if we don't have schools for them to walk to in the neighborhood. 100% of kids now go to school if they want to, inside their own neighborhood. We put an after-school program in each one of those, even though it's not the responsibility of the city of LA. That's supposed to be the school's problem, but of course it is.
Eric,
so looking at the infrastructure,
I don't think you've
just to sum
answered
up,
our question.